Yo, what is happening? Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here. Also back with the Donald Glover, Childish Gambino type fade. Took our braids out for a little bit, so looking a little crazy right now, but hey, it's worth it. We're getting the fresh retwist very soon, right before I go back to college in, I want to say, 2 more weeks. But it's going to be great content so far. It doesn't matter what I'm looking like. I still got work to do. We're just going to change up the style today. But anyways, the NBA schedule has came out a couple of days ago, and I really want to talk about the most exciting games that we got to watch out for. And it's opening season. NBA starts in another 2 more months. Preseason starts in, September, late September. So we're getting there. It's been a pretty fast offseason, a very crazy offseason at that. We've seen so many moves, a great draft, and I really want to see all these experiments work out because the East is looking tough this year. The West is still doing their thing this year. So it's going to be pretty exciting to watch. So let's talk about the biggest teams to watch for going into the opening season. The New York Knicks and the Sixers, and the Spurs and the OKC Thunder. Let's roll into it.
Touch that tram. Mama said pray then push. Pop said grind on wish. Coach said line up run. Whole life drawn up off that pitch. Court chalk on my socks. Bus pass in my sock too. Lunch card in my pocket. Pocket dreams that I walk through. Crossover on the clear lane. Try to cross over my fear same. Every brick that I threw up built the backbone of my name.
We run the floor. We run the floor. We don't back down. We don't back down. Every fall that we felt, put the strength in us now. Heads to the sky. Heads to the sky. Voices in one sound.
So Knicks and Sixers, this honestly is probably going to be one of the best games, especially for opening night, because the Knicks are going to be getting their rings. They're going to be hanging their championship banner for the first time since 1973. So the Knicks have a whole lot of swag and sauce to them that they're going to come into next season ready to play, man, because they had just won the championship the year before and they want to do it again. So now, given the fact that they have the swag, they have the sauce, just to go in and take what's theirs. They're doing it in the Garden as well. And we've all seen the Sixers. They have rebuilt their team this offseason, acquiring Jaylen Brown and LeBron James. And they also have Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe. So they have a bunch of young guys. Young guys with also an old build. But that's all good, because this is a super team. And what's interesting too is you also got to remember, for the Knicks, they did acquire Andre Drummond from Philadelphia. And given the fact that they had their whole Jeremy Sochan experience in the finals, because it's probably obvious that Jeremy Sochan told them how the Spurs ran. Now you got Andre Drummond telling you guys how the Sixers are going to be running going into next season. But we'll see if they change their plays or whatnot. But it should be the same thing than what Andre Drummond is used to. Now, these Knicks, they're going to be ready to play. They're going to come in red hot. Jalen Brunson, nobody's better than Jalen Brunson until Jalen Brunson shows he's better than everyone else. But the Knicks have the sauce. The team looks a little bit different. They don't have Mitchell Robinson no more. So now they're going into a little bit of a different mindset when it comes to rebounding. So their rebounding has to rely on Karl Anthony Towns, has to rely on Josh Hart a little bit, OG Anunoby a little bit, Andre Drummond the most, because we did acquire him this season to take Mitchell Robinson's place. So hopefully he's able to do that, because rebounding is going to be key. They're going to be key to win the championships, because the Knicks were really good in terms of offensive rebounding. So Andre Drummond is really the best we can do. In terms of getting rebounds. So I feel like the Knicks' whole mentality now for rebounding should be, we need to have everyone come in to rebound. We need OG to get in there and box out. We need Karl Anthony Towns to go in there and box out. That's also important. Now, even though I've seen Karl Anthony Towns, he can get mad rebounds, but there is times where he's lazy. You can't be lazy, Karl Anthony Towns. Every possession matters, especially in the fourth quarter, because a lot of those lazy, non-boxing out moments happen very late in the game. I'm talking third or fourth quarter. So Karl Anthony Towns, you need to understand the assignment that Mitchell Robinson is not here no more. So it's going to be you, Andre Drummond, and potentially OG Anunoby skying in for those rebounds, because we're going to need all the rebounds we can get, especially when you're going against a Philadelphia 76ers team. Now, yes, they do have Joel Embiid, really their only best rebounder on the squad, but you also have LeBron James too, going to sky in for rebounds. And it's pretty interesting too, because I really want to see how this Sixers team works out, because, super teams, you got a bunch of super teams work. But not all super teams work. And I want everyone to realize that too. Not all super teams work. With the Sixers, there could be a bunch of ball denial. Because you know Joel Embiid, he's going to want to get the ball. Because you know he wants to do his thing inside. So they're going to have to figure out how to play together. And they may be a little rusty trying to figure out how to play together and how to get the ball to one another. And that's why I'm saying ball denial is going to be a little, iffy for the Sixers. Because you got to get the ball to Embiid. You got to get the ball to LeBron. You got to get the ball to Jaylen Brown, Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe. They have to get the ball into each other. So I don't think they're going to get used to this style of offense this early in the season. It's probably going to take them a little while to get used to it. But they still got great guys on the team. Jaylen Brown, he's very explosive, along with Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe. Jaylen Brown, he's going to be ready for this year because he did receive a bunch of criticism when the Celtics lost to the Sixers in the first round. So he's going to be ready to play regardless. He wants to prove the entire world wrong. He averaged 28 points last year. He put the Boston Celtics on his back. And he wants to do that again for the 76ers. But now you're playing with other guys. So now the ball has to move. And with LeBron James, I really want to see this as well. Because I talk about cursed images. Hakeem Olajuwon, Celtics Shaq. Could this be a cursed image for LeBron James? Because he is commuting from New York all the way to Philly in a helicopter. Which, LeBron, I'm sorry, but that's a horrible idea. I'm just saying. But is this a cursed image for LeBron James? In a 76ers uniform. Could he average a career low for the season? We'll see, especially when there's going to be more ball denial. That is a possibility. But I want everyone to comment. Comment this. Will this be a cursed image for LeBron James? Comment that. I need to hear y'all because there's a bunch of cursed images out there where it looks like it's going to work and it doesn't work. So could this be one of those scenarios where it doesn't work for the 76ers? We shall see. But this is probably going to be one of the best opening night games we're ever going to see. The Garden's going to be packed. Everyone's going to be there. And this is a potential Eastern Conference Finals preview as of right now. But the Sixers could be a good team, but they could struggle early on. But anyways, let's get into the Spurs and the Oklahoma City Thunder. A new rivalry has been unlocked. Spurs, Thunder. They've been battling since the Western Conference Finals. They don't like each other. They don't mess with each other. And especially when you're in the West, someone's getting slaughtered. Or it's going to be a close game, potentially. But I really like this rivalry. I really do. Wemby, he has more to prove this season, obviously. And also SGA as well. SGA, he's been averaging 31 points per game last year. But Wemby, he wants to get back to the finals. He's hungry now. He has the finals experience. But also, the OKC Thunder, they actually won the finals before. And they want to go back as well. So now, given the fact that they both have swagger and sauce, this is going to be a close game. OKC, they did do a little switcheroo this offseason, getting rid of Lou Dort to get a couple of draft picks. So now, you don't really have the same defense as you did before in terms of the physicality with Lou Dort, but you do have Kason Wallace as well, so he's going to have to play more of a role. Also, Chet Holmgren, he needs to play more of a role as well defensively, and also offensively as well, because he struggles with Victor Wembanyama. So he has to fix that. He needs to fix his frame, get back in the gym, work out, watch film on Wemby, know how to contain him. That's all you can do at the end of the day. I understand Wemby, he is taller than you. He is a 7'4", 7'5" demigod. I understand. But at the end of the day, that is your matchup. And you need to bust through your shoe. If 6'9" Ben Wallace can bust through 7'1" Shaq's shoe, you can do it too. It's all about finding his weakness. That's all you gotta do, Chet Holmgren. You're gonna have to rely on you defensively. That's all, and that's really all you can do. But it's gonna be a great matchup. And also for the Spurs as well, they did acquire Tobias Harris from out of Detroit, which is, I think this is really good for them because now they have more veteran leadership. And also you have a little bit more shooting as well. You know Wemby's a great shooter. You know Stephon Castle, he didn't really do the best from three-pointer at all in the finals. Devin Vassell, he's a pretty good shooter. And Darren Fox, he's also still a good shooter. He just has inconsistencies. So now you have Tobias Harris as well. He shoots 36 or 37% from three. So now you got more shooting. And you got veteran leadership. And you have a guy that's going to potentially take you over the top. But these teams are looking simply dangerous. And these honestly may be the best games to watch going into next season. And also, tune into Detroit and Boston. Boston, they don't got the same team. Jason Tatum got more to prove this summer and this next season, given the fact he's not playing with Jaylen Brown. His entire team has changed, and now you're facing a Detroit Pistons team who wants to run it back. But we will see what Jalen Duren will do before the season starts. Will he get traded? Will he sign with a new team? Because he wants that 330 Supermax, bro. He wants more than Anthony Edwards. He potentially may not get it. So he may go to a new team, and he's thinking about the Sacramento Kings, which is like, bro, to stay with Detroit because they're actually a contender. The Sacramento Kings got a dark future ahead of them, so that may not be a good idea. And Russell Westbrook is retiring. But anyways, y'all, that's the best games to watch going into the NBA season. I'm very excited for the NBA season to start, but the NFL, that's also starting as well. We're going to be back on our football grind on the podcast. We got interviews. It's going to be really great, and I'm very excited for the NFL future for us. And we'll get into more NFL. Preseason is starting. We're in week 2 right now. But anyways, y'all, that's all I got to say. Comment down below what you guys think of this game. Are the Sixers and Knicks at Eastern Conference Finals preview? Is LeBron James in a Philadelphia 76ers uniform a cursed image? How are we feeling about the new rivalry of OKC and the Spurs? Can Chet contain Wemby next year? Comment all this down below in the comment section. But anyways, y'all, that's all I got to say. God loves you. Jesus is king. Peace out, everybody.